Hey, welcome to another edition of Great News. I'm Kevin Ryder. This is Mike Catherwood. And we like to bring you positive stories that sort of reinforce your faith in humanity because you see so much stuff. And, you know, it's like when I'm driving to work, I see one a-hole and I get super frustrated. And I don't notice the other 4,000 cars that are going on the road with me, and they're all fine. And I just don't notice them.
Yeah.
You just naturally get drawn to the a-holes of the world. And there are a lot of people who do a lot of great things. And if you like this podcast, you can subscribe. Even if if this is the first time you've watched it and you don't know if you're going to like it, subscribe.
Yes, for our sake.
Right, just for our sake. Yeah, do that for us. All right, we have an intro. Mike usually brings his guitar and does an intro. Yes. And I'd like to suggest Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Gene Simmons of KISS. And I'm about to do an intro, but I want you to understand that you've secretly signed a contract. You will pay me $75 a piece because it's worth it. The most electrifying rock band in the world. I'm talking to my now wife, Shannon Tweed. And I was saying that me giving away this intro for free would be like Picasso giving away a painting for free. And you would never expect him to do that, but everyone expects me to just come in and play a song, sing a song.
I mean, I'd like you to.
By the way, KissArmy.com, the new KISS toothbrush, the new KISS coffin, the new KISS musket, also selling the KISS forehead, the KISS Pekingese, and the KISS food processor.
That is barely an exaggeration. Just barely.
Yeah. That's the intro.
So no intro. That's it?
No, that was the intro.
It was? Okay. Yeah. My first story is in Houston, and there is a group of kids at recess, and they're all playing basketball. And you know that there's some good parenting going on, and you know there's good teaching going on, because there's a kid who's playing basketball, and he has Down syndrome. And the rest of the kids pass him the ball, and he shoots and misses, and they just keep cheering him on until he shoots and makes it. And it looks to him like he just won the championship for the Lakers when he actually makes it. Watch this video. This is so cool.
Crank up the sound and open your heart to the idea of just how much better our world could be if we all just passed the ball and cheered. This joy-inducing moment captured on a Texas playground. 7-year-old Andrew May was relentless, his first grade friends happy to assist.
Andrew, do you love basketball?
Yes.
From the dribbling to the passing to the roar of the crowd, Andrew May just might be the basketball star we need.
He is just like a ball of sunshine. This is Andrew all the time. He is happy.
Happy. Among his siblings or on the slopes or at school.
Your heart smiles.
Where Principal Jill Price leads with kindness.
In this pandemic, there's so many worries in the world, and these are just kids playing at recess.
Trying so hard, getting so close, needing just a few more shots.
It's just a moment that everybody deserves.
We all need a cheering squad like that. That is what just touched us so much, was to see those boys in action when they didn't even know they were being filmed. As a mom, I wanted to just hug those other mothers of those boys.
What do you think the world would be like if more of us rooted for others?
Awesome, kind, peaceful. I mean, wouldn't we all sleep better?
The patience.
Andrew lives with Down syndrome. Part of his day at Buckaloo Elementary is spent getting his needs met through specialized learning. The other half, Andrew shares with all of his friends.
It is an environment of inclusion and love and respect, and it's modeled from the top down.
And practiced on the playground.
It's a good reminder of what good vibes can do.
Create the space, celebrate the win, pass it on. Melissa Correa, CBS News, Houston.
How exciting is that when he makes the basket and just loses it?
It's like Chuck Liddell, 2003.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite parts of the video. I mean, the whole thing's so beautiful, but I love that he doesn't just like go like, all right, guys, he's like, rah! Veins in his neck.
And he runs onto other courts and he's cheering and going crazy. I love that so much. And I'm glad that they showed at the end that they had to give him many shots to make the basket.
Yeah.
And they just kept doing it. So you get the idea they'll be there all day till he makes one.
Yeah, and it's such a testament to those kids, and like you said at the beginning, that their parents, because you almost don't fault a kid first grade age for being they're impatient. They're like, seriously, all day. What do we need to, if you're a grown adult, you can say you understand kind of the ability to control yourself, but little kids are not patient, and
no.
So those kids, I think that was really special. That was a great story.
And I just love that they all went crazy with him.
Yeah.
I love that the excitement level that he had was 1% more than them. And I love that.
All right, Kevin.
Yes.
I labeled this story, regardless of what you think about it, you will enjoy watching this. But I labeled it laziest dog ever. And the very shrewd, very smart Courtney, our producer, she's like, is this lazy? Or is this dog a genius and getting like some next level back scratching massage in? And I was thinking like, with 4 legs, they have that like bendy spine. Then she may be right, because the dog's not fat in any way. This may be just like the smartest dog this is Doggy Chiropractor. Check it out.
What?
Now, this dog does this all day, every day.
What?
Yep, now I'm at the bottom. Let me go back up.
What? What is happening?
I bet it feels good. He pushes himself off with his back.
What is happening?
I'm not sure I know. All I know is I could watch that. If my dogs did that, to me, I'd rather that than win the Super Bowl. Just have a dog that does that.
You would pull up a chair at the bottom of the stairs, recliner, yeah, and you just have tea or whatever you drink, and you would just sit there and watch that dog all day.
People be like, "Have you seen new season of Ozark? Have you streamed?" I'd be like, "Nope, I don't do anything. I sit and I watch my dog slide down it. Look at." You're like, is it dead? Did someone shoot it at the top of the staircase? It's just like,
and then it gets up and runs off.
Yeah, and it's like, oh sweet. Let me try I think I need one more round.
Yep, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
I love that so much. My next story is it's not really great news from the standpoint that we normally think of it, but one of my favorite sports is hockey. And I'm a huge LA Kings fan, and Drew Doughty is one of the players that has played his entire career for the Kings, which, as you know, Mike, is rare. Usually people get traded around a lot.
Especially in modern NHL. I mean, modern major sports. People just don't do that,
Right. So, Courtney, repeat this one while I tell the story of Drew Doughty. But he hit 1,000 games, and somebody put together a montage of his smile through the years. So you can see how young he is. 2019, he loses a tooth.
And you look like numerous.
Yes, and I asked him about this one time. I was able to talk to him, and he got married. And I said, "Hey, the tooth thing. Did you have?" And he said, "I have an insert that I can put in, so it looks like I have a tooth." And I wore it during the wedding ceremony, but then I took it right back out. He was like, that's how he walks around, just like that, with that face.
Listen, don't marry Drew Doughty if dental hygiene, or not dental hygiene, but dental work is important to you.
Yes. But also he's the type of player, this is why I love him, because he has a blast.
Yeah.
He out on the ice, he's talking to other players, he's mouthing off, he's swinging his stick and hitting a goal when he's pissed. He really has a great time.
It's important to remember that, especially even with what we do for a living, whether it be on the radio or podcasting, if you were a little kid, you would do this for free and love you would be so pissed if your parents are like, it's time for you to stop pretending and making fart jokes. And you're like, no, Mom and Dad, I'm going to pretend to be Manny Ramirez for the next 2 hours because it's so fun. But, we just naturally invent ways to make it not fun,
Yeah, true.
That's beautiful. I love that he, it was still kind of the basic framework, but there was like a Keanu Reeves phase, and there was like an Aaron Rodgers phase, and then it was like Chris D'Elia.
I just love that he's happy with his teeth. Look, that's what they are. So I'm just going to wear them like that. I'm good.
So is life.
It's the opposite of vanity. The opposite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But some nice contracts will erase that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Some good.
Oh, he
good
has one.
figures.
Yeah, he's good.
I stumbled across this on Instagram, not on a feed about like good news and stuff. So this one caught me by surprise, and that's actually why I believe it a little bit more. But there's no audio, there's no video. It was just it was like a screen cap of looked like a tweet. So I'll read it for you. But this was I thought a really beautiful story. My neighbors are too low income to afford a Wi-Fi connection and too proud to use mine. So I renamed mine Free Council Wi-Fi and told them I had, it's a little bit like, there we go. Okay. So I renamed mine Free Council Wi-Fi and told them I had read about it and what the password was. My neighbor is now halfway through an online college qualification, and I'm so proud of her.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
And that is, to me, obviously, like, it's heartwarming. It's nice. Oh, you did something nice for someone, and they're doing good work with it. But on top of that, it's like, think about it. We all say, well, I don't have... There's nothing about me that could change the world for people.
Correct.
It's like, well, you'd be surprised. And
if you can change the world for one person?
Yeah. And with pretty little effort, it was like, I'll just kind of change the name of my Wi-Fi and give them some free Wi-Fi, and I feel real bad because they're too broke to afford it. But at the same time, like, I kind of admired the fact that they were too proud to say, like, I'm not going to take your free Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And it's down the road, and now someone's going to college because of it. Like, come on.
I know, that's crazy. That is crazy. My next story involves a little kid who loves the post office, and I have to talk about my former partner, Bean, who in high school, and you're going to think I'm making this up, in high school, on the wall, he had a poster of
Farrah Fawcett in a bikini, of course, right?
No. He had a poster of the Postmaster General, of the guy that runs the post office. He had that in high school. I don't even know where to begin with that story. Like, what?
Right.
What? Why? How
you
did
and
he
I
come?
We could get a panel of the best clinical psychologists in the world, and they'd be like, what?
Yes. We don't know.
Well, we don't know.
Well, my next story is Beat as a kid.
Okay.
My former partner Beat as a kid. His name is Jacob Howard, and he's a 7-year-old from Santa Ana, and he's gone through at least 50 rounds of chemotherapy.
Oh.
He was diagnosed with stage 4 Wilms tumor, a kind of kidney cancer that has since spread to his lungs.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
50 rounds of chemo, and he's 7.
Yeah.
And that's brutal. But when you see the joy that this kid has, his mom asked their mailman, and I want to get their mailman's name right because he really, really did an amazing thing. Their postal carrier's name is Van Singletary. And his mom said, hey, is there any way you could, take my kid on a tour of the post office? Is that possible?
Okay.
And the postal carrier did a little bit more than that. Watch this.
A huge surprise for this sunny 7-year-old. His very own personal postal truck delivered to his doorstep. Jacob Hayward could barely contain his excitement.
What do you think, buddy?
This delivery is years in the making, and it starts with him.
I want to make sure that his wish
was taken care of.
Santa Ana postal carrier Van Singletary has watched the Hayward kids grow up. His daily trips to the mailbox, the highlight of the day for Jacob and little sister Ava.
To go out to the mail, he would dress up like a mailman, he would get the mail, he'd come back, and he would basically hand it out to us.
Jacob's joy from the job, a welcomed distraction from the health troubles he is battling. Nearly 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 Wilms, a childhood cancer that starts in the kidneys and spread to his lungs. He's gone through at least 50 rounds of chemo, has had radiation treatments and surgeries. And for more than 1 month, Jacob was forced to remain isolated in his hospital room.
All the doctors and nurses, child life specialists, even patients, other kids on the other floor would write him a note knowing that he wasn't able to leave his room. So it was excitement for him every day to check the mailbox.
So for his 7th birthday, Jacob's mom thought of the best gift they could give. She asked Van if Jacob could tour their local post office. And Van delivered on that and so much more.
What do you think of that, Jacob?
That is awesome!
This aspiring postal carrier now has his own truck and a brand new uniform to go with.
Thank you all for just doing this. This is so sweet of you. I just don't know what to say right now. Thank you so much.
How endearing is that little kid, that little 7-year-old? That is amazing.
And the 7-year-old really gives me a positive charge to remind me to appreciate life for everything about it that it has to offer me. But that postman,
yes,
come on.
Agreed. That postman went so far above and beyond, and I'm sure he gave him a tour because I didn't see the rest of that story. But then he brings him his own mail delivery truck. That's fantastic.
And you heard him talking. You just sensed it was so authentic. He's like, I care that this kid got what he needed because he freaking deserves it. I'm not a person who is anti-capitalism or anti-making money. If people are wealthy and bravo. I'm not that guy, and I know that goes around a lot now. People have a resentment to it, but places in Orange County, especially that are so community oriented and local government is really kind of hands on with things. There's a tendency to give the key to the city or give some type of appreciation to some donor who's a country club guy. That postman. Yes. That postman should get broad community awareness and appreciation. That's amazing.
I agree. That kind of thing is amazing, and you can tell that he not only was he excited to help the kid, but he actually watched the family, interacted with them, became friends with them. That's really an amazing thing.
Here is another. This is another story where you go, come on. If you put this in a Hallmark movie, you would roll your eyes. It's just too schmaltzy, like a lot of the stories we do, where you realize people really are good. But this plays on so many levels. I don't even want to waste time describing it. I'm just going to let it play and then kind of walk you through it because this is insane. That's all there is to it. All right. So there's a cop. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And this cop arrests someone. If you guys could maximize the post so that I could read it a little better, I apologize. I'm a million years old. Thank you. So it's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The police officer pulls over the driver of DoorDash on the way to deliver the food. Okay?
Right.
He recognizes that the guy has outstanding warrants.
Is that
so? He has to put the guy in back of the car and take him to jail.
What's he carrying? What is he carrying?
Hold on, you'll see this.
Okay, all right, sorry.
So he has to take the driver to jail. That's his job. The guy's got outstanding warrants, and it's time for him to spit. So puts the guy in the back of in handcuffs, puts him in the back of the car, and he realizes that the guy's a Grubhub driver on the job. He sees the bags and stuff in the car. He takes the food and asks the driver in the back of the cop car, all right, what's the address? And the Ring camera catches him delivering them their food.
The cop?
Yeah. And here's the quote: "I know I'm not who you're expecting, but your driver got arrested for some things he had to take care of." And the officer is looking in the ring camera and says it, and then puts the food on the doorstep.
No, I'm not who you're expecting, but your driver got arrested for things he had to take care of. So I figured I'd complete the DoorDash for you. Take care. Thanks!
What the hell?
Are you... Like, if that was in some silly Kevin Hart comedy, you'd be like, all right, yeah, oh, God.
Come on, nobody's going to do that. Don't be ridiculous.
But bravo to that cop.
Agreed.
You know? And I, look, in a weird way, I can only speculate, but I think not only did he want the people to get their food, but he probably was somewhat thoughtful about the guy who got arrested, in the sense that if he doesn't deliver that food, like, there's going to be some complaint. There's going to be some kind of... So he's like...
Right, and normally you would think that would say, well, you shouldn't have screwed up, so that's on you. Right.
But this guy's probably like, yeah, times are tough. Everyone needs to keep their job. I understand you have the outstanding warrants, and you're going to jail. Make no mistake. But let's drop off these quarter pounders.
That's pretty great.
Nice.
That is pretty great. If you like this podcast, it is Great News with Kevin and Mike. That's the name of it. You can search for it on YouTube. We also put the link up, and you can subscribe to it. You can tell your friends about it. That would be very helpful. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to make a request now for Adam Sandler with the outro. Adam Sandler.
Never done this. Let me try it. Oh, yabba yabba. Put on your yarmulke. It's time to hunt. It's an outro. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Say hello to the happy, goodbye to the blues. Kevin and Mike are here to give you great news.